For many years, there was a banner when she was in Sausalito that said, call this number to save this ship. And the number went to the superintendent at the time, Bill Thomas, and Bill told me nobody ever called. So it's just, I think maybe sometimes when something gets old and it's antiquated, sometimes people kind of edit it out of their vision. I think in a way maybe that kind of happened to Wapama. So they weren't seeing it, but now we're bringing it back into their vision, and now we're making sure they understand the stories. So hopefully we do that, and we will preserve her legacy better than we have in the last 30 years.
Anyone who's a mariner, who's a sailor, who's spent their career on the waterfront or on ships and playing on boats really dislikes to see a vessel not be cared for. And at the point where it's understood that a ship has died, literally has died, let's do the right thing and put her to rest. And I think that's where a lot of the staff were when I got here with the Wapama. She had lingered on for way too long, and we were beyond the emotional concern for her, and it was time to do the right thing, be respectful, and bring her back to the park.
I'll talk to anybody, anywhere about taking apart the Wapama. I'd be happy to, because I think it's really important to say we did that. We did it for good reasons, we did it well, and it's done. I wish we defended ourselves better. But I see so many times when we make hard decisions and we don't stand up and say, you disagree, but we're right. And I think that when we're doing the right thing, and this is an example of it, the Wapama was the right thing to do. I think we did well in our public prosecution of that opinion and the activity of taking her apart. I actually take pride in being the hospice for that vessel, and taking care of her and making sure that we didn't let stuff go to eBay, making sure that we salvaged what we could, and making sure we were transparent as an organization.
Some things that were removed from the Wapama are going to be reused. And there's other things that we may decide is technically junk. And there's some things might just be scrap metal, just like everything else that was not saved from the Wapama. It's just kind of become trash. And that's easier to do before it's brought into the museum collection, because once it becomes part of the museum collection, as the national park, we're preserving them for the American people. So we have a lot of rules that we have to follow in order to take care of them. Which is why the process of deciding what's going to go into the museum collection is very important. Because you have to decide, is this something that we can take care of? Do we have the resources to take care of it? Maybe this item, like we have the pilot house from the Wapama, which they decided that it was sturdy enough that we would be able to take care of it. We wouldn't have to put in too much money to preserving it, because if we bring that in, if there's something that needs a lot of treatment, then all those resources, our limited resources, are devoted to that at the expense of everything else in the collection. So you really have to think about space, you have to think about your program, what you can manage. You can't take on too much, because then your resources are spread out too sparingly and things suffer overall.
The primary resource, the engine, is back on High Street Pier. You know, I'm just glad that we have the Wapama back in the park, that, you know, she's still part of our fleet. We don't have the complete ship, she's still part of our fleet.
Different people attribute different things to ships. One of the heart and soul of the ship is the engine. She's no longer here, but her heart and soul is over there.